Welcome back, everyone, to our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 3. And it is now time for the final race in the first round of the Xfinity Series playoffs, which will be at Dover. So if you think back to our last video, we left off ready to go at the Charlotte Roval, and I was seriously contemplating running that race. Well, I decided to run that race and film it and everything. However, once I got into the race, it was just no fun. The AI was like bumper cars out there, almost to the point of being like pinball, with the AI just bouncing off of me and everything else. So it just wasn't a lot of fun. So I decided to scrap that and just instead go ahead and simulate the race. I believe we were 16th after simulating the race. So let's take a look at where things stand as we head into Dover. So once again, Cole Custer is the only driver that has automatically advanced via a victory in this particular round. We're sitting 6th right now at plus 18, and 2 other drivers are below us. So we're looking really good to advance into the next round. However, we need a good race at Dover just to try to build some momentum and try to get some sort of a rhythm going. Rhythm is everything in racing. And right now, we're just trying to build some. So Dover is up next. There's no work to do on the car, so let's head to the track. All right, folks, it is race time here at Dover. And we're starting on the outside of the front row in the 2nd position. So a great starting spot. The bad news, of course, is that we're on the outside. So we're going to have to get up to speed as quickly as possible because we know we always lag behind on the start of the race. All right, so let's see what happens when we get to turn 1 and 2. Trying to keep it as low as I can. You see these guys just blowing by us going through the corner. Inside. But basically, we're just trying to hold our own, find a spot on the bottom, and get a little bit of rhythm here. We've got 10 laps here in stage 1.
Stay high. All right, careful now, still there.
So we want to get as many stage points as we possibly can to help us toward that championship.
All right, now you're clear.
I thought I was going to be clear right there, but the last second, I thought I saw him, I believe it was Reddick, dive to the inside, so I did not want to take any chances.
Still there.
Better to lose a spot or 2 right now than get involved in a wreck. So we'll just back up and we'll try that again. You can see we're getting a nice run.
Clear all around.
Corner exit is really kind to us because we're able to shoot much wider.
Hold a good wheel here, don't move.
And the 5 car didn't like me being that close to him on corner entry. Not surprising.
All right, now you're clear.
All right, there we go. For the time being, at least, we're on the bottom. If I can keep it down here. Look out, a little bit more contact with Reddick there.
Careful, still there.
All right, you can see he's hanging tough out there. He's not going anywhere. So we'll try to give him some room.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. All right, now you're clear.
All right, I see the leader getting away a little bit up there.
5 laps to go. Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Still there.
All right, very nice run off that corner. And once again, I didn't think Sadler was going to give me the bottom there, so I lifted way early.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Top lane's free here. Use it if you need it. Top lane's free. Car there is on the outside. Outside. All right, now you're clear.
All right, he's saying we're clear. I'm a little scared about just running up there on the straightaway because we might not actually be clear. All right, good run off the corner. Let's see if we can get position. All right, we got position on the inside. Let's see if we can hold it. I drove it down in there pretty deep to try to maintain that position, knowing I was going to slide up the track some.
All right, now you're clear.
All right, there we go. Now we're into second place.
Couple more turns.
2 laps to go. So basically we're right back where we started this race, which is perfectly fine with me right now. This is what we needed to have happen here in stage 1. Of course, you always want to lead all the laps and win the races and all that kind of stuff, but all things considered, this is going to be a very good stage 1 and get us some much needed points. Every point we pick up from the stages is just that much more cushion for us. So as we run through the final couple of corners, we'll bring it home in second. Now, out in front, some very good speed.
Top 5 in that stage.
Looks like
That'll
for
get the
Henrik
job
up
done,
there,
Joe.
that was some nice laps from him. Of course, he'll pick up the stage victory and a playoff point, but we'll pick up 9 points overall. 40 laps remaining, no need to pit, so we'll go ahead and fast forward to the restart for stage number 2.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Be ready. Ready. I need a solid 10 laps. 10 laps. Concentrate.
All right, so 10 more laps here in stage 2. Again, the goal right here is just try to lose as many positions, getting up to speed as we can.
Inside. Got one down low now. Got one down low. It's inside. Careful. Still there.
All right, trying to get a nice run. It would be really good if we could go ahead and clear
Good wheel here. Don't move.
the one car.
Still there. Bottom lane's clear. Use it if you
Doesn't
need
look like we're going to be able to do it right now, though.
Careful now, still there. Clear all around.
All right, there we go. Finally, we're able to get clear of Sadler. Now we can turn our attention to the top 2 cars and see if we have any speed to catch them and get by them. We don't necessarily have to for playoff purposes, but we need all the playoff points we can get. So if we can bring home a stage
You
victory,
just posted your best lap ever. That's awesome.
then that really will help our cause. All right, he's hugging that
Still there.
inside pretty good. So we'll try out the outside a little bit. As you can see, there is no threat behind us right now. So we got a little bit of room to play with. And these guys aren't pulling away from us. All right, now let's see if we can get position here on the 20.
5 laps to go. Careful now.
Once
Still
again,
there.
drive it in there a little bit deeper. Let it slide up a little bit just to maintain your position.
Careful. Still there. You're all clear up top.
All right, there we go. We're clear of the 20. Now we can hopefully set our sights on Henrik in the lead. We don't have many laps to do it, though. We're going to have to get after him in a hurry. All right, he's running some nice laps up here. I have to get out of the gas early because he does. I don't think we can get by him on the outside, but we're killing him on the exit. Let's see, can we get to his inside? Yes, we can.
Still there.
He was very kind to us right there. He did not have to give us the bottom, because I don't feel like we were all the way up beside him enough to get that spot, but he gave it to us. We're going to try to take advantage of it and make the pass.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Clear all around.
All right, there we go. Good entry into turn 3. And that secures the lead for us. So one more lap to go. See if he tries to make a run on us. Looks like actually he's going to get into a battle here with the 20 car. And that'll let us scoot away and bring home a victory here in stage 2. All right, we definitely could use that. 10 points plus an extra playoff point that will move forward if we're able to advance into the next round. So now, oops, we do not want to pit. We've got 29 laps remaining in the final stage. Let's go ahead and advance to this restart.
Starter has the green flag.
So let's see if we're able to get a lead, run away, and hide, or
outside.
if we have to continue fighting for position like we have the first 2 stages.
Got a car high now. That's the halfway mark here.
As we know, getting up to speed is not our strong suit. I believe he's still to our outside.
Clear all around.
There we go. We got clear of him. Now let's see if we can hold this lead. All right, just keeping an eye on those guys behind us just to see what kind of lap times they're running. And we can judge that by how close or far they are in the mirror. And right now they're hanging in there with us pretty good. Car's handling beautifully. This is extremely close to what I posted here on the channel for a setup. Just a few things changed here or there, but not a lot. This is one of those tracks where when I was working on setups, originally I was really happy with the setup for this track and how it handled overall. You need a car that is very stable because you'll spend a lot of time in traffic. We're very fortunate right now that we're not having to do that since we're out front in a fairly short race. So we don't have to worry about things like lap traffic and working our way through the field. But when you're in traffic, you need a car that handles and is very stable. All right, so it looks like those guys are starting to slip back a little bit, indicating that we're maybe a tenth or two per lap faster than those guys. Back in qualifying, we only missed the pole by 3 or 4 100ths of a second, so it wasn't very much that we missed the pole anyway.
20.
We know the AI slow down some in the race as opposed to qualifying, whereas the player car really doesn't. All right, I like it. 19 laps to go, and I'm seeing a sizable lead out there. We'll take it easy and just try to run some conservative laps and try to manage the gap right now. No need to press with everything we've got and try to run the absolute fastest laps. All right, looks like behind us they are fighting hard for that second position, so of course that's going to make them slow down even more. A lot of time on throttle and full throttle at that, at this track. A little bit of a lift on entry, not even to half throttle really. You can get by with just a lift to about 3/4 throttle. and then you'll be right back to the gas very quickly in the corner. All right, 15 laps to go, and things are looking quite nice up here. I don't see any lap traffic ahead of us. Not even in the distance right now, so that's good. This track is really bad about having a parade of AI cars where they just get locked together, and it looks like draft lock. So they get locked together and nobody passes anybody. So that's what you look for in lap traffic. If you get that, it can be a little bit hard to pass as long as they're not, if they're not giving you a lot of room. Of course, the worst thing that can happen to us right now, from an AI standpoint, is a caution. So if we get a caution flag and have to do another restart, then that's another time trying to get up to speed, and hopefully the AI doesn't get in front of us and make it hard for us to get back to the lead. Because right now it's clear that we've got a superior car with superior speed to the AI, but restarts are a different matter altogether. One thing we don't want to do right now is get down there and mess with that apron. We get on the apron in the corners, that will be pretty much all she wrote for us. So I'm going to stay away from it for the most part. Every once in a while I get down there and play around with it a little bit. But for the most part, right up a groove or so off the bottom is probably about where we need to be right now.
10 to go, 10 to go.
Now the fun thing whenever we get to NASCAR Heat 4, given what we know right now, what's been released so far about the game, we know the AI run multiple grooves. So it'll be fun at a track like this to see, okay, where do they run? We've seen in the gameplay footage in the trailer where some guys were running right around the top, some of the AI cars, and I mean right up on the wall. And that will be really good to see. Always like to see the AI moving around to different grooves. So few times do you get a chance to see that in games. Most of the time it's follow the leader. Alright, now here comes that lap traffic. And it looks like quite a bit of it. So once again, we have a healthy lead over second and third place. Wow, there is a lot of cars immediately in front of us, and some of them are side by side, which does not bode well for us. So we'll have a good bit of speed on them, but not sure how much we want to test this. The longer it takes us to get to them, I think the better off we are. We've got 6 laps to go. No threats from behind, so I'm going to take this pretty easy and back off the throttle quite a bit. Alright, Stephen Light's going to give us some room here on the bottom. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And here we go, a huge line, long line of cars. So we're just going to give these guys room and not really worry too much about trying to pass them overall. All right, so they're going to hug the bottom. So I'm going to take the top.
Stay up high here. Stay up high. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Careful. Still there. Careful now, still there. Bottom lane's clear. Use it if you need it.
All right, nice run there.
Still
So
there.
keep in mind that even though we are sort of stuck with this line of AI
Hold your line,
cars,
stay up high.
the AI behind
Still
us is also having to deal with this. All right, I have lost track of what lap we're on.
A couple more turns. 2 more. 2 to go.
This is going to get really interesting because there's really nowhere I can go. I'm a little hesitant to go 3 wide with the AI here because that could easily spell disaster.
Still there. Hold your line.
But
You
once
got one
again,
inside. Hold your line.
our competition is well behind us.
1 more to go.
All right, so final lap. So now I'm not even going to worry about
Stay high, stay high.
trying to get by
Careful
these
now. Still
guys.
there.
I'm just going to try to ride it out here, not
Still
press
there.
the issue.
Still there.
All right, there we go.
Checkered flag
We'll
in
bring
the air,
home
and it belongs
the
to
victory
you.
at
Great
Dover.
job,
That
driver.
was some tense times in that last 5 or 6 laps. I wanted to get by those guys, but going 3 wide just didn't make a lot of sense for us. Now, if our competition was really close to us and we were fighting tooth and nail, then yeah, we'd have had to take it 3 wide and press our luck a little bit there to try to maintain our lead. But overall, we come home with a victory, which is everything we needed. We got a stage victory as well as the overall victory, so that's more playoff points for us that we can carry forward into the next round. So our money continues to climb, $122,000 for first place finish, plus our additional payouts. And look at that merch payout now, up over $36,000 per race. We'll certainly take that. So that gets us the automatic advance tag with 6 playoff points. Excellent. Victory lane celebration where none of the confetti actually hits the car. And that is a very nice looking car. It would be nice if we could have our name, or at the very least, just blank off the name on the car. But I can certainly understand why Ryan Preece's name is still all over this car. Much simpler that way. So we'll bring home the trophy at Dover, and then as we head back to the main menu, we'll take a look at what's on tap for the rest of the Xfinity Series playoffs. Okay, we advance to the round of 8. $529,000 fans. I like it. All right, so view message. Again, we're going to skip these video messages. Christopher Bell, a thank you message to us. Thank you, sir. Jeremy Clements, same thing. 5 wins in a season. Amazing. You got to like that. All right, so all good messages we're seeing after that race at Dover. There's always a little contact, at least at Dover, so you never know exactly what kind of feedback you're going to get on Twitter afterwards. But everything looks to be in good shape for us. So now we're back to the Truck Series, and boy, this is going to be a nail biter because we're going to head into Talladega needing a good finish in order to move on to the next round of the playoffs. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 3.